We are talking about a product that began its development in 2009. The first version of this operating system was released in the year 2011. This video review, what we're doing right now, talking about Chrome OS, talking about the Chromebook phenomenon, we are having this conversation in the year 2022. We're running out of months in the year. This is the end of 2022, the dawn of 2023. Everything about this in terms of hardware feels like a luxury product, not the built-in webcam. The built-in webcam is awful. That aside, keyboard, trackpad, the actual feeling of the hinge, the feeling of all the surfaces, external top surface, bottom, this surface here surrounding the keyboard, it feels like a luxury product. I bought this for less than $200 US. If you were doing a product review, do you have any idea how powerfully the price tag influences you? Like, if this had cost $400, if this had cost $800. I bought this because I'm poor, I'm a cheapskate. Basically, my only income is YouTube and Patreon. And the laptop I'm using to record this video right now is from 2015. It's a Mac from 2015. If I were going to replace my main laptop here, I would probably have to do a fundraiser. I'd probably have to ask my supporters on Patreon to donate money. Let's talk about $1,500 for a new laptop. And let's be clear, if I buy a new Mac laptop, my life will not get better in any way. If I buy a new pair of shoes, my life gets better in some small way. If I buy a new laptop from Apple, from Mac, my life remains exactly the same. Nothing gets better, right? I just have upgraded hardware, basically the same software, the same operating system, the same video editing software that I use, the same word processor. Everything's the same, but it's running faster and it can cope with the new camera. The camera that's recording this right now, this is 60 frames per second, 1080p. My old computer from 2015 can't really cope with making these videos anymore at current standards. Okay, so I have a reason to buy a new laptop. I thought, wow, this is so cheap. I'll give it a try, and then I don't have to do a fundraiser. I don't have to ask for supporter donations from my viewers on YouTube. Less than $200 US. You think, oh, I could buy 2 of these for the person. No. I could buy 4 of these. 1 for me, 1 for my wife, 1 for my daughter, 1 for the woman I'm cheating on my wife with. No. I could buy 7 of these, and it would cost me less than buying the competitive product that Apple currently produces. And the hardware is gorgeous. It feels like a luxury product. Everything about it's great. Like hardware, I should always say surface level. Everything is great. And this is a product backed by a $1 trillion company. Still today, Google it. Total market capitalization for Alphabet Incorporated, the company that owns Google, etc., etc. The company behind Google Chrome, $1 trillion. This is a project they...
To activate Chromebox, the built-in screen reader for Chrome OS.
A project formally announced in 2009, already running in 2011. And it's garbage. The only thing you can use this for is watching YouTube videos and playing a minority of Android games on the big screen. One of my reasons for being interested in this operating system many years ago already, I used to study Chinese, and I was hoping I'd be able to use the same applications I have on my mobile phone for studying and practicing the Chinese language, but on a big screen with a real keyboard, with a mouse. This has a touch screen too. You can directly touch the screen. Okay, wow. Just to have mobile phone apps accessible on a laptop computer format, for me, if I'm studying Chinese, If I'm studying Spanish, if I'm studying ancient Latin, it's unlikely, but if I go back to studying languages like Pali and Sanskrit and Korean and Ojibwe for language study, okay, there's an argument there. If you're really serious about playing Sonic CD, Sonic the Hedgehog, the version that's on mobile phones on a big screen, okay, it's hit and miss. Some Android apps work well, some are laughable. Laughable. At the end, this is late 2022. Some devices can connect to it and work with it. Some, not this one. This is brand new. This connects to Switch, connects to any computer, any video game system this can connect to. Not to this. Why? You'll never know. The whole thing remains laughably janky and amateurish. You cannot use this as your word processing platform. You can't use it as your video creation platform, like to live stream to YouTube, to record videos in it. You can't use it for anything except watching YouTube videos and playing video games. And the crazy thing is, I'm massively biased in its favor because the hardware is so good. Everything else about it is just like this wonderful luxury product, and it's 1/7 the price of what Apple is doing, but I have to spend more than $1,000 above and beyond this price. This costs less than $200. I would have to spend more than $1,200 to get a competing product from Apple. And the only reason why I'm forced to buy that Apple product instead of this is because Google Corporation can't close the gap in terms of fucking software. Software is hard, bro. What? You know what the excuse everyone's making? It's a new thing. Chrome OS, it's a new thing. Give them a chance. They'll work out the kinks in the system. It's still a new thing. Just give them a few more years. No. This is the end of 2022. And it's time to say to Google Corporation, time is up. This is the year that Google Stadia folded. Google has a long list of failed, collapsed projects, what would have been bankrupt projects if they were separate companies. Look up the history of Google Stadia. Look up the history of Orkut. Remember that? Look up the history of, it was just called Google Plus. Their repeated attempts to compete with Facebook and Instagram and the social media space. All right, yeah, Google has some success to boast of, but they've also had a tremendous history of failures. And it's heartbreaking for me. I am exactly the sort of person who should be buying one of these and should be so positively impressed that I buy 2, 3, and 4 for all my friends and family and all the women I'm cheating on my wife with. But I just can't do it. The whole Chromebook phenomenon. The other YouTube channels that review these products, they're made by people who are enthusiasts. What you need is a detached, objective review from someone who is not an enthusiast. And I'm here to tell you guys, even at $200 a pop, even at this amazingly low price, there is nothing to be enthusiastic about.